once every month for some helpful conversation about health and recreation. We got plenty of ways to brighten your day. It's not too much to listen up to our monthly healthy subjects. Even if you're on a budget, we can help you make sure that doesn't get in your way. 'Cause I'm sure we can all agree we could use a little help staying healthy and raising awareness in communities to make a better life for you and me. So tune in once every month and just hear what we have to say. Everything is gonna be okay with the Community Health Corner in your day.
Hello everyone and welcome to the new season of Community Health Corner. I'm Shelby.
And I'm Ursula. We are excited to be back with you. This year, you'll see a few changes that we hope will help us all take some simple and maintainable steps to live a healthier life.
To help us all form new healthy habits this year, we will focus on a few small changes each month that we challenge you to consistently make throughout the month.
Habits take 30 days of consistent completion to create. So the tips we will present to you each month are habits and tips that we hope you can incorporate into your life during the month and create the healthy habit.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we have invited a nurse to share information about breast cancer screenings and what you can do this month to support breast cancer survivors.
Living a healthy life doesn't have to be intimidating. The first tip we are going to cover in this month's episode is all about dairy products. We will be addressing using dairy products in cooking and how to substitute them properly to build healthier recipes. Stay tuned for our simple white sauce recipe, perfect for pastas and casseroles.
In addition, we will cover when you should and shouldn't substitute brand names for generics and explaining exactly why you should not shop hungry.
We will also discuss outdoor recreation. As fall is blowing in, I know I want to get outside more since the weather isn't as hot. We will be talking about activities you can do outdoors in this lovely cooler weather.
My favorite part about fall is the fact that pumpkin spice lattes are back at Starbucks. In the spirit of pumpkin spice lattes, we are going to discuss safe caffeine consumption today. Millions of individuals around the world drink coffee on the daily, and if you are one of those people, you don't want to miss this information.
Now let's head over to Cozell, who is kicking us off today with our white sauce recipe. He will be discussing dairy products and simple dairy switches.
Hi, I'm Cozell. We are focusing on dairy food group. This group includes milk, yogurt, cheese, and certain dairy alternatives that contain similar nutritional content. Consuming dairy products is essential for building and maintaining strong bones, as food in this group are good sources of calcium, potassium, vitamin D, and protein. Foods in the dairy group can also be high in fat. However, consider moving to low-fat or fat-free dairy products. Low-fat dairy foods have the same benefits as full-fat dairy foods by less fat and calories to help you and your family maintain a healthy weight and heart. To help make the move easier, try switching milk gradually. Start by mixing a cup of mostly whole milk with a little 1% milk every time you drink milk, and add more 1% and less whole milk until you are drinking 1% milk. Here we have your whole milk. That's two, the whole milk. Delicious. Another way to move to low-fat dairy is to substitute low-fat Greek yogurt for sour cream in your favorite dip recipe. Greek yogurt not only has a thick consistency that works well with dip, but it also packs more protein and less sugar than sour cream or other traditional yogurts. To do this, all you need to do is substitute the Greek yogurt 1-for-1 for the sour cream. That's perfect. Also start lightening up your family's favorite dishes with this recipe for a simple white sauce. Use it in place of cream sauces in fettuccine alfredo or tuna noodle casserole. In a large saucepan over medium heat, whisk together 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1 cup of non-fat milk until smooth. Cook until thickened, stirring constantly for about 5 minutes. And that's good. Next, stir in 2 teaspoons of mustard. Season with dry, fresh herbs as you like, as parsley, basil, or dill. Stir in 1 teaspoon and stir to your taste. Once combined, remove from the heat, pour it over the pasta. Serve hot. That looks good. My onlooker's mouth is watering. Once combined, remove from the heat, pour it over the pasta, and serve hot. Be sure to check out the links included with the episode for a handy cooking, low-fat dairy resource for more information on when and how to substitute low-fat dairy for full-fat dairy in your cooking. Thank you.
Purchasing generic items at the grocery store can add up to real savings. Consumer Reports estimates between 20 and 25%. Not all generic products are created equal, but in most cases, generic items contain ingredients identical to the national branded items. In fact, many generic brands and name brands are even made at the same factory. So, what are the best items to buy generic? Because items like milk and juice are produced regionally, they usually have lower processing and transportation costs factored into their price, which means the cost to you is cheaper than the name brand options. The next time you need to whip up some homemade cookies or pancakes, consider buying all generic products. Generic cooking oils, flour, sugar, and salt are basically the same as the precious name brands that you've always been drawn to. When it comes to other items like certain name brand bananas, you'll find that a batch of no-name bananas will still taste like, you guessed it, bananas. The same applies to frozen fruits and vegetables. These items are often packed in the same facility and sourced from the same vendors. Stock up on these liberally and save without experiencing a marked difference in quality and flavor. It's always a good idea to review the ingredients of generics that you're considering purchasing. For instance, many generic peanut butter brands are filled with added sugar and oils. Some generic dairy products contain additives and fillers that aren't really necessary, and certain generic breakfast cereals contain almost twice as much sugar as the name brand cereals. Many of you have probably heard the old adage that you shouldn't go grocery shopping on an empty stomach because you are likely to spend more money. But do you know there's actually scientific proof that shopping while hungry even prompts us to make unhealthy food choices? Multiple scientific studies have shown that hungry shoppers not only spend more money, but also purchase more high-calorie foods like processed snacks and candy. So next time you go grocery shopping, grab a small snack before you leave. If not, you're setting yourself up to make poor decisions that are not based on nutritional content of the food, but on temporary cravings that will leave you asking for more later.
Let's talk about movement. And this month we were talking about outdoor movement and where to do it. Outdoor recreational activities are easy to do and readily available. It's in your backyard. There are many ways to achieve daily physical activity outside your front door. Not everyone has access to a gym membership, but there are other ways to incorporate movement into your daily routine. Gyms are great and filled with equipment, but outdoor recreational activities are accessible and affordable. If you don't have a gym membership or don't have equipment to exercise at home, there are other ways to incorporate movement into your life. Daily movement not only helps with your physical health, but also helps with your mental health as well. Let's get creative. There are many ways to exercise outdoors. Biking, walking, hiking, and running are the obvious choices, but there are other ways to get your heart rate going outside. In fact, there are ways to exercise without any equipment at all. You just need a good pair of tennis shoes. Going outside, getting fresh air, and moving your body is easy to do. Start with a walk. Once you have warmed up walking, you can easily introduce strength training by doing the basics. Air squats, sit-ups, push-ups, all these movements can be modified to your level, so do not get hung up on the process. If traditional movement doesn't get you moving, there are other ways to get your outdoor activities in motion. For example, recreational centers can offer free and safe spaces for walking, running, or playing tennis. Outdoor activities can be an essential part of your weekly routine. Finding the time and motivation are key in consistency. Outdoor recreational activities do not have to be hard. Walking around your yard, doing some simple strength training with your body weight, or visiting your local recreation center are all ways to incorporate movement into your life. Physical activity is key in maintaining a healthy body and mindset. So next time you go to the store, why don't you park further away from the entrance to get some extra steps into your day? Making small, healthy changes, daily walking, or parking further away from the entrance will lead you down the road to better health.
Greetings, everyone. Let's talk about caffeine consumption. Caffeine has its rewards, and if you are someone that needs caffeine to get going and keep going throughout the day, you're not alone. Millions of adults in the world rely on caffeine to keep their energy levels up and stay productive. But how much caffeine is too much? Caffeine should be treated like any other drug because that is how caffeine affects the body. Caffeine molecules bind to receptors in the brain and prevent adenosine, which is just a molecule that makes you feel tired, from binding. Because of this, caffeine consumption should be monitored. While every person is different, professionals advise that 400 milligrams of caffeine a day is the limit for adults to consume each day. This will vary depending on your age, your weight, and your gender, and you can calculate what is safe for you. For those with normal sensitivity to caffeine, generally 6 milligrams per kilogram of weight is acceptable. When caffeine comes to mind, most probably think of coffee as the source of it. But caffeine is found in more than just coffee. Energy drinks, teas, sodas, and some foods, like chocolate, also contain caffeine in them. 400 milligrams of caffeine is equal to 5.2 shots of espresso, 4 cups of brewed coffee, 1 venti Starbucks coffee, 5 8-ounce Red Bulls, 2.5 Monster energy drinks, 11.7 12-ounce Coca-Cola cans, or 2 5-hour energy shots. If you consume caffeine frequently, keep note of any adverse side effects you may be having. These include, but are not limited to, headache, insomnia, irritability, fast heartbeat, and nervousness. If you recognize these symptoms, it may be time to cut back on your consumption. If you are sensitive to caffeine, your caffeine limits are much lower than that of others. Some people may have 1 cup of coffee in the morning and feel jittery and have issues falling asleep that night. Professionals advise that individuals with sensitivity that experience this should not consume more than 50 milligrams a day, which is equivalent to 1 4-ounce cup of coffee, 1 8-ounce black tea, or 1.5 12-ounce Coca-Cola cans. Of course, children should have restricted caffeine intake. Those 12 to 18 years of age should be limited to 100 milligrams of caffeine a day, which is about 3 12-ounce cans of Coca-Cola or just 1 cup of coffee. Children younger than this should be extremely limited in any caffeine consumption, and it should be avoided if possible. If you have pre-existing health conditions or are taking any medications or supplements, it's a good idea to talk to your doctor or your pharmacist about your caffeine consumption and if it may impact any medications or health conditions you have. Whether for health-related reasons or you just want to save money on your coffee trips, cutting caffeine consumption can be hard, especially if you're used to considerable amounts of it. Quitting cold turkey may cause withdrawal, and if you may experience headaches, fatigue, or irritability, to best change your habits, track your caffeine consumption and take note about how it makes you feel. Be sure to read labels carefully when purchasing caffeinated products, and be sure to estimate in the absence of labels. If you're cutting back, do so gradually. For example, drink just 1 less cup of coffee a day or 1 less soda a day until you have reached a point that's best for you. Drinking caffeinated products late in the day is also to be avoided, especially when you're trying to cut back. This will help your body adjust to lower levels of caffeine as the day goes on. If you want to eliminate caffeine from your diet, consider going decaf, as it tastes and looks much like their caffeinated counterparts. The bottom line is, if you're like most adults, caffeine is part of your normal routine, and it usually will not pose health problems unless you are overconsuming. Know how much caffeine is right for you and track how it affects you. Thanks for listening.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We are always heartened by the pink ribbons we see everywhere this month. But how else can we promote breast cancer awareness? Get screened. Routine annual mammograms beginning at age 40 help to detect breast cancer early when it is easiest to treat and save lives. Mammograms are covered with no cost sharing under all insurance plans, and free mammograms are available throughout the state for those without health insurance. If you need help finding a provider, please contact us so we can help. Make healthy lifestyle choices. Maintaining a healthy weight, limiting alcohol intake, and exercising regularly is all within our control and can help lower the risk of developing cancer. Know your risk. Knowing both your overall cancer risk and your hereditary risk of having gene mutations can help you and your doctor create a personalized plan to monitor for signs of breast cancer. Check out the show notes for more information about your options for screening in the state. Share survivor stories. Honor and tell the stories of women who have fought and survived breast cancer. Have you or a family member fought this disease? Inspire others by sharing your story on Facebook or contact us to participate in Survivor Spotlight. And most importantly, be there. Give unending love and support to friends and family members living with breast cancer. And not just this month, but every day of the year.
Thanks for tuning in to Community Health Corner. In this month's episode, we covered dairy products, dairy switches, and presented our easy, healthy white sauce recipe.
We also presented outdoor recreational activities that are perfect with the weather cooling off. And we discussed safe caffeine consumption in the spirit of pumpkin spice season returning.
Last but not least, we heard from our nurse who covered mammograms as well as what you can do to contribute to Breast Cancer Awareness Month this month.
We hope you have learned a lot from us this month. Remember our habits for this month. Try using lower-fat dairy products. Substitute Greek yogurt for sour cream. And the next time you go to the grocery store, grab an open spot in the back of the parking lot to get a bit of outdoor exercise.
Join us in implementing these switches in your routine so that we can all form these healthy habits together.
We will see you next month with more healthy habits and tips. Until then.
Everything is gone.